One is 6.3. I can rotate figures on the coordinate plane. There's a bunch of different ways to do rotations. I'm going to show you one way in the video, and then we'll discuss some other ways during class. So let's fill in these blanks first. A rotation is a transformation in which a figure is rotated or turned about a fixed point. So a fixed point means it's not going to move. The center of rotation is a fixed point. That means that spot doesn't move. And the rotation does not change the shape or size of the figure, so the figures are congruent. Congruent means they're the same shape, same size. So we're going to start with a triangle. We're going to call the triangle ABC. And I'm going to show you. Let's have A be right here. So A, I'm going to write it down here so we can see both at the same time. A is at -1, +2. Let's have B be right there. B is at -1, +4, and C is going to be right there. So C is going to be at -4, +2. So there's my triangle ABC. And what we're doing on these three problems is it says to rotate them clockwise about the origin. So that means the origin is the center of rotation. That's the fixed point that's not going to move. And I'm going to take a marker. Hopefully this one works. So I'm going to use a transparency. The problem is we can't use transparencies on the test. So I'm going to show you some other ways you can do it. And I'm going to trace triangle ABC onto my transparency. So there's triangle ABC, there's A, there's B, there's C. And I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees clockwise about the origin. So this part where it says about the origin, that means the origin is not going to move. I'm going to put my pen on the origin. I'm going to go 90 degrees clockwise. The way the clock goes is this way. So I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees clockwise. So there is my new triangle. So if I write this down, A prime is at, let's try this one more time just to make sure I have it. I didn't move it at all. Okay, there we go. So A prime is at 2, 1. B prime is at 4, 1. And C prime is at 2, 4. So I wrote down the coordinates that I got from that other triangle. Now the problem is we can't use this transparency on the test. So let's look at the coordinates and see if we can come up with a pattern. So do I see any relationship between these numbers in these ordered pairs and these numbers over here? And we do see a relationship. Part of the relationship is that the numbers switch spots. So here I had the 1 first, the 2 second. Now I have 2, 1. Then I had 1, 4. Now I have 4, 1. So they're switched. Here I had 4, 2. Then I have 2, 4. So I know they're going to switch spots. So I'm going to write y, x here. That means my two numbers switched places. What used to be my old y coordinate is now first. What used to be the old x coordinate is now second. The other thing that I noticed is these used to be negative, and now when they're in the new spot over here, they're all positive. So I have the opposite of these. So the opposite of these goes here. And so I'm going to put y negative x. That means the y coordinates go here, and the opposite of the x coordinates are my new y coordinates. So I can use that formula anytime I'm rotating something 90 degrees clockwise about the origin. Remember, that only works for clockwise and if the origin is my center of rotation. So I'm going to make, I'm going to graph it first. A prime is right here, 2, -1. B prime is at 4, 1. And C prime is at 2, 4. So there's my new triangle after a 90-degree rotation about the origin. I'm going to do the same thing with my 180-degree one. So I'm going to use the same triangle, ABC. A is going to be right here still. B is still right here. C is still over here. And I should draw the triangle. That way I can use the same, how does it go? The same transparency right here. And again, my center of rotation is still the origin, so that has to be the fixed point. That's not going to move. And I'm going to go 180 degrees clockwise. So there's 90 degrees clockwise. That's how we drew our last one. And now here's 180 degrees clockwise. So my new one's going to be down there. I'm going to use a different color. So So this is for 180 degrees. A prime is at 1, negative 2. B prime is at 1, negative 4. C prime is at 1, 2, 3, 4, negative 2. And again, I'm going to look for a pattern between my original coordinates and the coordinates after 180 degree rotation about the origin, because I need to see if there's a pattern I can use since I can't use the transparency on the test. So A prime is at 1, negative 2, B prime is at 1, negative 4, and C prime is at 4, negative 2. Whoops, I messed up. C prime is supposed to be here, so disregard that other line. Okay, there we go. Let's see if the pattern. Okay, the numbers did not switch places this time, but these were all negative, and now they're all positive. And these were all positive, and now they're all negative. So I didn't switch places, but I took the opposite of both. So the opposite of the x-coordinate is going to go here. The opposite of the y-coordinate is going to go here. Okay, we have one more we're going to do together. The last part we're going to do together is the 270 degrees about the rotation. So I'm going to start with A, B, and C in the same places as before. Now we need to rotate it 270 degrees clockwise about the origin. So I'm going to start with my original triangle. The origin is my center of rotation, so that's not going to move. Then I'm going to rotate it. There's 90 degrees. There's 180, that's what we just drew. And then here would be the 270. So for 270, I need to, there we go. Let's list our new coordinates. Uh-oh. I don't want to move any of this. You can't see because that's on top. There we go. So for 270, my new coordinates, A prime is at negative 2, 1. B prime is at negative 4, negative 1. Sorry, that's at negative 2, negative 1. And C prime is at negative 2, negative 4. So let's graph that really quick. A prime is at negative 2, negative 1. B prime is at negative 4, negative 1. And C prime is at negative 2, negative 4. But we can't use the transparency on the test, so we're going to look for a pattern between the original coordinates and these ones. So I can see again that they're switched, right? The 114 was on the left, now the 114 is on the right. So I'm going to put my x-coordinate is now in the spot where the y-coordinate was. And then for this y-coordinate, the 242 is now in the x spot, but it's negative. So the opposite of the y-coordinate goes first. So what I'm going to have you submit is you're going to do this example down here. You're only going to do the 90 degree clockwise rotation, and you're going to submit your coordinates for D prime, E prime, and F prime. And again, we're going to spend a lot more time on this during class because I know it is tricky.